It's a Thursday night. It's the bench. Let's go. Hello, Pilipinas. This is the bench, and welcome to our huddle, where we offer a layman's view on anything and everything basketball from a bunch of regular dudes who eat, sleep, and breathe hoops. Check out my Warriors. Should I still be wearing the Santa Warriors cap? Hi, I'm Julio Dubs Hard. Dubs Hard. I'm
Dubs.
Julio Dubs Hard.
Pwede naman! Dub's heart! You have
Dubs
the
Hard.
Dubs.
And back with us. Happy New Year, Mike.
Happy New Year, guys.
And of course, our favorite. Sorry, what's up, Mike? I'm gonna. I'm scared now.
Am I throwing you off? Am I throwing you off
No,
today?
no, I'm scared now. I make sure to introduce Jay before he walks out.
No!
And our favorite homies is good on IG, Jay.
Sup? What's up from the booties?
Welcome back, Mike.
Hey, good to be back.
How was your? Since I asked Jay na last Monday, how was your holidays?
Man, it was fun. First time again. I was able to hug my mom after 2 years,
Oh,
dude.
really? That's cool,
Wow.
man.
So pala na, sabi ko, bahala na ma. It's just hug. But yeah, man, it was that kind of Christmas compared to last year. So yeah, man, all good.
I think it was that kind of holidays for a lot of people.
Yeah, well, evidently from the numbers today. So yeah,
But sometimes, regardless, man, it's all worth it when you see family
Yeah,
and friends
man.
after
Yep.
a long time. That's all.
you gotta
good.
live.
Yep.
Most def, man. Most def.
But wait, so before anything else, before we get going, if you like, please do follow and like our Facebook, The Bench Live, and also subscribe to our YouTube, The Bench, our YouTube channel. And if you like what you see, if you like our shows, please do share our shows to
You
all
like
your
what
loved
you
ones.
Yes.
If you like Jay and not me,
O kung
What's
type
the-
na si Iron Mike. Yeah.
it's Iron Mike.
Iron,
not-
Iron.
So this is January 6th, and ano yan? Dude, when do I take this Santa hat out? Ano ba to?
I don't know. I was
Pang-
gonna ask you the same question.
Three Kings. Di ba tapos na rin yung Three
Tapos
Kings?
na yung Three Kings, dude. Nung
Tapos na ba yung Three
Sunday.
Kings?
Nung
Are you
Sunday.
serious?
Baba na kami
Yes.
ng Christmas tree eh.
Okay, Mike, can you take me out of the stream muna? Hold on. Take me out. Take me out. Take me out. Take me out. Take me out, dude. Take me out.
Just freaking
seriously.
wear it, dude.
No, dude, it's gonna hurt, dude. Just kick me out.
Wow! Nag-walk out! Walk out ba yan?
Hindi.
Counted ba as walk out yan? Paano ang bilang natin?
Na ano lang, nag-wardrobe, malfunction.
Back wardrobe. Ayan, ayan.
Hello,
Ayan!
Pilipinas! Welcome to the bench. This is my cap, and I can't hear you guys. Wait, I gotta put on my-
Panalo.
Alright.
Counted daw yan as walk out, sabi ni Mike.
Counted ba yan?
So may isa ka na.
I'm gonna fix myself here. Wait. I didn't want to. What's that? I didn't want to stand kasi in front of the camera. You might see the shape of my body.
Oh my God.
Wait. Okay, let's go to the
Okay.
standings.
Let's go.
I think we lost 5 viewers already because of what we're
Yeah,
doing.
we did.
Okay, quick look at the standings.
Here we go.
Again.
And
Let's-
still.
And still. What?
I should have worn my Bulls jersey pala.
Oo nga. Parang what's
Oo,
that,
ano
no?
ba yan?
Party
Ooh.
like it's
still.
1999.
Parang 90, ano lang.
I don't
What was
wanna,
the
I don't
start
wanna
kaya?
elaborate on the Bulls. Kasi
Actually, I want to
pag-usapan
check
natin
the
yan
start of the Bulls nung that third three-peat if this start will compete with one of those years. For
I'm
sure
not
not 96. For
No,
sure
no.
not 96. Pero
Yeah.
this could be better actually than the 98 one. Because they
No,
started
dude.
slow in 98.
In 98, they were
Probably
500.
better than the Scottie Pippen one.
No,
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 dude.
this should baka
No, in
98 kasi Pippen was injured earlier in the early part of 98, the 97, 98
Also,
season.
right,
So
right,
this could
right,
be
right.
actually
oh
be
crap!
better
You
start.
can see my screen pala. I was gonna look. Foiled,
What's
foiled.
happening, Julio?
I know, dude.
All
I'm
right.
just so I'm happy Mike's back, pare.
Oo, parang am I throwing you off the 3-1?
What's that? Ano yan, I'm insecure.
Para na tayo chicken chow tatlo dito eh.
Okay.
Uy, what's happening in the East, guys?
Pengi
Ano
naman
ba?
Okay.
yan.
What's happening
Pengi
in the
naman yan.
East? Okay, so
So, well,
What's happening in the East? Okay.
it's the Bulls,
moving
the Nets,
moving
the
but
on.
Bucks.
it's the Bulls still at number one, man.
Yeah, we talked
Brooklyn
about this
finally
last
got
Monday.
Kyrie back today. He
Oy,
had
oo.
Oh,
22
that's what we
points.
should talk
Got
about.
got blocked. Got blocked by who was that? Turner.
Yeah, no, that's what we should talk about. Now the Nets are contenders on the road.
But who says? Says the media, dude, not us.
Hindi,
I
you know
just,
what? That brings a
I just said
dilemma
on the road.
actually. That brings a dilemma actually because now they should
On
be
the road
tanking.
lang siya. So lahat ng
Diba?
mag-a-adjust yung team.
No,
Wala
no,
na.
now they should
Lahat ng
hit
home game.
mga between 6 to 8 seed.
Paano kung
Para
California team katapat nila? Hindi rin siya pwede maglaro.
no,
That's
he
why.
can. No, he can't play in LA. He can't play in LA. It's the players of LA and San Francisco that cannot play.
Ah,
Ganun?
ganun
Mm-mm.
ba yung ruling?
Ah,
Yeah, kasi 'di ba all the other unvaccinated players are able to play in ano 'di ba? That's
No,
why the
actually,
only
that's
factor
right.
there
Yeah.
is the only factor there is him moving
so
out of
there's
the cities that
no
don't allow.
that. Then he can't play because if he does play, no, wala siyang kalaban.
He can't play in New
Oh,
York.
weird.
No, he
play
can't play in New
everywhere.
York lang. Kasi he's a resident there. They only
Yeah.
impose it to residents eh. So the rule
Ganun. So
in
he can play in California pala.
yes. So the rule in LA and San Francisco does not apply to him. It applies to the residents.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. That I did not
So
know.
anyway, going back to what I was saying, they should be tanking now. Para kasi 'di ba, if they have home court advantage, you only play on the road 3 times eh. So by tanking, they should lose home court advantage. Mas pabor sa kanila because they'll have Kyrie 4 out of 7 games.
No, that's not. Wait, dude.
Ano yan?
Diba?
Yeah.
Galing.
Yes.
Galing.
That's right.
Oh, galing. Tama.
Diba? So they should be somewhere
Tama.
between the 5th and the 8th seed dapat if they want Kyrie for
Yan.
4 games in a series.
Yan, tama. Wild, no?
I hope
Anyway,
they're
that's
wild,
not,
no?
I hope they're not watching this
That's
show.
pretty
Pare.
fucking
Yeah.
wild,
I don't-
man.
I don't
I mean,
wanna-
that's
don't
what I
wanna
would
give
do.
them that. Yeah.
So, well,
Alam mo
I-
naman,
If I were you, Mike, keep quiet na because they might hear. Alam mo naman.
okay.
Ano, that's I don't like
wala
that.
yan. I think that will get resolved before the playoffs. Whatever it is, whether it's a law change or whatever. I
Hey,
don't know.
dude, but let's talk
Anyway,
about where.
let's move on.
No, let's move on to the. Do we still stick to the East? Because I'll just say one
You
last
wanna-
thing about the East.
You wanna scrap na the standings? Kasi tagal natin eh. Let's go to the teams we wanna talk about na.
No, let's just brush over the ano lang.
No,
yan.
I was gonna say lang kasi about Kyrie is that no matter what, the guy hasn't been playing. He pops into a game and scores 22 points.
Yep.
it's like I'll barf 22 points on the court, and Steph
Right.
had a hard time making 14.
Wala. Sandali, wala siyang sinabi kay Lance. Si Lance
Dude.
scored 24 in one half lang.
Dude, yeah, okay.
22 si Kyrie boom.
Yeah. Lance finished with 30, but okay, what's funnier is that does that talk more about Lance or does that talk more how bad the Pacers are? That Lance Stephenson will come in and be your top
Scored
scorer
that
all
much.
of a sudden.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
good. That's a good point right there.
So anyway, the war-
Valley now, man.
Diba? So the Warrior, well, on the West, the Warriors lost today, but nothing much
So now
really
they're tied with
changes.
Phoenix,
They're tied with Phoenix, but you still have this cluster.
right?
This cluster
Right.
fuck of a Western Conference right here from.
Oh my God, we're in
from-
the play-in line.
You guys? Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
the Spurs are on the play-in line.
See, sabi ko sa'yo, Jay, nung Monday, he would have
Dude,
been
that's
happy. But
anywhere from the Lakers all the way down to the Pelicans. Lahat yan pwede magbago.
Dude, I just need 11 wins this year, and that's it.
For Papa, for Pop.
Yeah,
Go
for Pop.
Pop!
no, okay. You have to inform us, I mean, or tell the viewers what's going on with Pop. Why 11 wins,
Well,
Mike?
11 wins for the record. Most wins for any
For
coach.
Coach.
Ah,
So
for the
All
record, not
time.
for
for
the
the
record.
coaching all-time coaching record.
I thought you were saying
So
not for the record. This is for the record.
no, but he did get a record today. He first coach to reach 2,000 games with one team.
Are you
Wow.
serious? Really?
Yes.
Loyalty.
So
Solid.
that was for with the game today, and they beat the Celtics. So
Solid.
it's all good. So now he needs 10 more to tie the to tie who's this, Nelly, and 11 to take the
Uy.
record.
Nah,
So feeling ko
I'm
sakto lang
Galing.
yan. Feeling ko sakto lang yan. We have how many games left? I think they can win 11 of those. And maybe they'll tank after.
Favorite coach ni Julio yung si Nelly.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's the OG Warrior coach, man.
Yep.
Well,
No,
aside
he's the
aside from
OG
Al,
coach who experimented.
yeah. Well,
Galing
aside from Al
siya. Mahusay
Attles, I
siya.
mean, the really old school Warriors coach would be Al Attles.
Jay, yan ang hari ng Warriors, dude.
Yeah.
Alatos
No,
talaga.
And
because
that's the connection. And that's where the
God yan
connection
dyan.
of
God
the
yan dyan.
that's where the connection of
Lalo
the
na sa
Dubs and
Oakland.
the Spurs started. Kasi
yep,
si Pop was under Nelly for a while.
assistant coach ni Nelly yun,
Right,
si
Yep.
Pop. No, that's where
right,
Pop
right.
also learned about the international game because Nelly was
Right.
starting it already
Right.
with Marshalones, di
Yeah,
ba?
Yep.
And then
Yep.
yeah,
Pop was
yeah.
like, uy, okay yan.
Mhm. Yep.
We want to say hi to Bobby, who says, hindi pa yata nananalo si Odoka kay Pop.
Wala. The Padawan versus the
Oo nga. Parang ano lang yan, Luke against Yoda.
Yeah. Look.
Here, si Jay. Sad to see Becky Hammond leave the Spurs after the season. Yeah.
Oy, Jay,
Same.
oo nga.
Why,
Sacramento ba?
where's she
No,
going?
she went to the
Where's she
WNBA.
going?
Las Vegas
Ah,
Aces.
talaga?
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, I was hoping she'd coach an NBA team. I think she
Yeah.
deserves it.
Yeah.
Diba?
Good evening, Doc. Papi.
Good evening, Doc.
Good evening, Doc.
Okay.
Ang
Let's
dami,
go to our...
ang dami palang
Oh.
nakikinig kung ano-ano pinagsasabi natin kanina pa eh.
Oh nga, I know eh. That's why na nga nagko-comment na kasi they're saying, puro naman kayo mga chismis dyan. Sasabihin na nga that Pop will surely get the record out this year.
Ay, sana, Doc.
Chismis pa rin
Ay,
tayo.
Sana,
oh.
Doc.
For sure yan. For sure yan. Maski na hindi Spurs fan would be cheering for that to happen, I would think.
Pop can do it even with my eyes closed. Pwede ba yan?
Yeah, but his eyes would still be open.
Dude, that's why I asked kung
Oh my
pwede.
God.
I was being courteous.
Di ba para si MJ lang yan. MJ can make a free throw with my eyes closed.
I know, di ba? Uy,
Hoy,
so
Alright,
get back
let's
to
go.
basketball.
Let's go na. Balik na tayo. Para nag-enjoy tayo masyado. Tagal kasi natin
Oo.
hindi nagsama
Ano to?
tatlo.
Christmas party ba natin?
Tapos na
Belated
yan.
Christmas
Tapos na
party.
yan. Let's go.
Christmas party, balik ko yung sombrero ko.
Labas ka na naman.
Oh, let's go. Now
Let's
let's go
go.
to our huddle. No, because our huddle will take.
Yeah,
we'll
let's
end up
move.
arguing for sure into our huddle. Our huddle today will be talking about contenders and pretenders. Okay, we're not going to be talking about the obvious contenders here. We're not talking about the Brooklyn Nets. We're not talking about the Lakers. We're not even
Or the
talking about or the Dubs. You just see, once I say Lakers, hihiri talaga to ng Dubs.
Although
Lakers talaga,
these two
tingin
guys,
ninyo, ha?
and then although let me,
Tingin ninyo contender.
hindi, kaya, although these two guys tried to sneak
pero-
in the Dubs and the Lakers into this conversation na I vetoed. So,
Yeah. Mike has a lot of powers in this episode.
no, no, they didn't meet the criteria, dude.
Yon! Tignan mo right there. Doc has exactly our idea right there. Oh, wait. Which was...
Ano ba yan?
Ano
Wait,
daw,
wait,
daw?
wait. Pakiayos po yung possessive nouns. I know you can do it even with my eyes closed. That's yeah, yeah, yeah. But Doc Nesty has exactly what we
Ayan.
were talking about. These are
Yes.
the
Yes,
upstarts this season,
yes,
and we
yes.
will discuss, I guess, in a way, we will be discussing, are they real or are they duds? And this upstarts could have been upstarts a year ago or 2 years ago, and this is not a complete list, huh? These are just the, I don't know, probably 6 or 7 that we've cited from the league. We'll take them all one by
Right.
one, and then we will go and just ask ourselves, are they really contenders or are they pretenders? And I guess when we say pretenders, will they just be there just to make Gulud and fizzle out eventually? You know what I mean? Or
Mm.
will they be a
That's,
shot? Will they have a shot at the titles anytime soon? Parang ganyan. So who's
let's
the
get
first
this
for
going.
us?
East or
Let's
West ba? Saan tayo?
no, East muna. Let's start now with the elephant that's
Sige.
not in the room, di ba? Ganun ba? Or should I say, let's start now with the bull that's not in the room. The Chicago Bulls. Let's start with them. Contenders, pretenders.
Sino una? Nagkahiyaan. Nagkahiyaan.
Hindi. Si Julio moderator eh. Ano ba? Ano ba?
No, I thought someone would have would jump at it kagad. Let's start with Mike because he is Jay na lang because I want Mike to have the last say on the Bulls. Jay,
Siya ang ano eh, no? Todo Bulls fan dati pa
siya.
eh. No, at first I thought it might be a fluke. I was complaining about the depth of the roster because the first five I think is is world class first five, all NBA type first five.
Okay,
Um,
yeah.
I was worried. I was worried about the rest of the roster, the bench in particular, and I feel with all dude at one point they lost like what 9, 11 players. Anyway,
Mhm, mhm.
um, they they've been using players who've stepped up. Kobe White has stepped up. Jones has stepped up. Surprisingly or not so surprisingly because they're proving it right now with the record. And I've seen them beat really good teams also. Na, hey man, medyo legit in my opinion. This team is it's a very good team. The coach is my candidate for coach of the year, man. Donovan's
Yeah,
done
I do
a
like the
hell of
coach
a
a lot,
job.
despite his OKC.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do.
bagay with this team, man. And then that combo of Levine and Dero, fuck, man. That's legit right there. They play alike pa naman. Parang Levine's actually learned from Dero's leading eh. Because he's also taking a lot of of really nice, good sized medium range shots, man. Not the
Yep.
in-betweeners, yung almost stress na, di ba? You'd
Yeah,
rather
yeah,
take
yeah.
the three of course, but good, nice pop, post up, medyo fade away. Galing. It's been a good combo. I'm surprised about how well they've gelled so fast. That's the
That's true.
surprising part. But yeah, in general, I would say these guys are legit, man.
Okay, I'll go.
I'd
I'll go
I'd love
before
I'd love to see them in a playoff game against
I. You know,
the Yamado teams.
I agree a lot with you when it comes to the Bulls. I also did not think. Actually, I like their squad. I didn't know long if they were going to gel. I didn't know if Billy Donovan was going
Right,
to get them all to
right.
gel together. But I'll just piggyback on what you said by hot taking all this and saying that I think the Bulls have a bigger window to get to the finals, maybe even go all the way than a team like Miami. Whoop, hot take. I'm just saying that they have younger
Medyo lang,
players, they have
right,
scrappier bench people, and we
right.
don't know how their young pa will still develop, like Patrick Williams, who's actually out this
Yeah,
season. But
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
Caruso's great. I've always loved Lonzo Ball. So I do like the upside a lot of the Bulls if they can just keep it together. So I do believe they are contenders in this and they're legit. You might,
Okay, let me go against the grain here.
Max.
Kasi
Against the
eh, ako for me the Bulls are pretenders until proven otherwise. They have a nice
until
squad. They're playing well. They had a good start. You know, they have all these pieces together. But sa akin kasi the playoffs are a totally different monster than the regular season. We've seen that with Utah. Utah for a few years now, they played, really good in the regular season, only to, fizzle out in the playoffs. Uh, the way I see it, sa playoffs, to go deep into the playoffs and into the finals, you need a superstar closer. That's always been a formula in all of the championships. I mean, in the last how many years, you always a team needs a superstar closer to
You,
get
you
you.
don't you don't think Levine or DeRozan can do that for
I
them?
don't think they're there yet. I don't think Levine's there. I don't know if DeRozan in this
Demar, DeRozan
Dude,
DeRozan
to
can
me,
in this.
to
deliver.
me, Demar right now is an MVP candidate,
Yeah, he
legit
is.
one.
He is. But an MVP candidate is different
And
from
and
finals
and
MVP.
to your point, Mike, dude, he hit two big shots to close out
Yeah,
two
yeah,
series
yeah.
back to
I
back
mean,
recently.
but yeah, again, that's for me kasi it doesn't mean shit if you make Luca made a ton of buzzer beater game winners during the regular season. Where did they take him to where did he take the Mavs to the in the playoffs? Wala din eh. Good players can have these moments. That's but the pressure of the playoffs, all that work and all that game, figuring out shit in the playoffs. That's a different level from the regular season for me. And the way I see it, hilaw pa sila. But I agree with Julio that they have a really long window with the squad now. But you know, I, they'll make some waves in the playoffs, but I don't see them going far yet. Just because if they face a playoff savvy guy like Giannis or KD or even Jimmy Butler, and it's a game 7 and it's a tied game with 2 minutes left, I don't know if they have the balls to handle that situation right now.
Are they a second round team for you, Mike?
Sure, yes,
Second round.
yeah,
But you don't think they can squeak into the EFC? Because
maybe,
squeaking into the EFC would mean an upset of either Brooklyn, Milwaukee, or the Heat. Eh. That's where it's gonna boil down to, diba? Ganon lang yun. Eh. So
with the Heat, maybe. I'd say with the Heat,
with the Heat,
maybe.
Against the Heat, pwedeng
yeah,
umabot kung ang
that's
Heat
not bad. So
kalaban.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
Possible.
Pero when it's the Bucks or the Nets, baka iba na rin the ano eh. You're going against playoff savvy players in Harden, Kyrie and KD.
yeah.
And then you have a defending champion squad in Milwaukee in a 7-game series. I don't know,
Well,
if they
definitely,
have
yeah.
I,
they have
I'll tell you this though. I think whether they lose, even if they lose against a Bucks team or the Nets, that won't be an easy series for any of those two teams.
pang front act yan si Adam
Correct.
Levine, hindi closer yan.
What is the color of Adam Levine's jersey?
Ang kulit ni Bobby.
Oh, so yan, si Doc. The Rosen usually fizzles
Yeah.
out. No, but what's the color of Adam Levine's jersey?
You're there pa naman, timpla lang ako, balik ako agad.
Red,
Go. Maroon.
maroon ba? Okay.
Yeah. Ano yung jersey number niya?
5.
Oh, diba?
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
we gotta wait for Jay Dawson.
Yeah.
And then here comes Bobby, and then
So anyway, but then again, like I said, if they
kahit lang
prove me
mag-perdon, basta
wrong,
may ginkgo biloba. Saan? Sa Battle of the Brains.
if they prove me wrong, then heck, man,
Well,
diba?
no.
Bulls
I'd
yan.
say I don't think the Bulls will win it this year, but I don't think this roster that they built right now will be all for naught. Is that correct?
Yes.
How I said that?
Yes.
Diba? 'Cause-
For sure. It's a good for me. It's a good start already to the rebuild. I think yun lang. Sana they're able to manage the next couple of years on how they're gonna build that team up. Because we've seen a lot of NBA teams, have example Boston Celtics, diba, that had a chance on a long window, and they
Well,
mess it up.
if you asked me about the Celtics, then I probably would have said they were contenders, and then they fizzled out.
Right,
That's really what happened, diba?
right, right.
You asked me about Miami. Why would it include? Are we going to include Miami? I don't think kasama sila. I think Miami will fizzle out already if we're just going to include it since we're talking
Yeah,
about Miami.
sure,
I think
yes.
I think Miami goes as far as Jimmy Butler and they have Lowry. I don't think Bam and Hero will be enough to take them to the next era yet.
I'll take
Good
I'll
that you
take back
mentioned
what
that
I said.
actually. Kasi
I'll take
for
back.
me,
Oh, sorry.
even Butler, nakukulangan ako with Butler. I think that, I'm sorry, but it might not be a popular opinion, but I think the 2020 finals was, the stars just aligned for Miami for them to get to the finals. I don't think si Butler at this stage in his career can carry a team to the finals again against the East.
He's
At least
always
in relation to the teams in the East
yeah.
now. I'm not
He's
saying he can't, but with Milwaukee and the Nets and so many other would be contenders.
I I
I don't think he
I
I
think
don't think he can carry the the Heat to the finals. And I think Siladero and Levine are even two levels lower than him in terms of
oh wow
of
really
wow.
no, I mean in terms of
No,
playoff savvy.
yeah no let's go
dude, I
go
get
Jay.
what you're trying to say there, Mike, pero parang ano parang dude, lumakas lang yung kalaban. Kasi nung time na nag-finals yung Miami, di pa naman ganun ka-ready sina Giannis.
Right.
Di ba?
Exactly.
It was a
Exactly.
different team.
Hindi, that's
But
why nga I
now,
think
but no, but not, I don't want to take away lang what we saw Jimmy did even in the finals. Not just getting in, but even in the finals. He carried that team on his back.
yeah, he did. He did. And they
Para
lost.
I feel it was like alam mo yun. I just want to make it clear that Jimmy's Jimmy, dude. Maybe, yun na nga, I'll agree though with you
And then
na the other
that's
teams
why I'm
got
saying
stronger.
na at this point I don't think CG Butler can carry the Heat to the finals this year. And if he can't carry the Heat to the finals this
Right,
year, mas lalo na si DeRozan and Lavine carrying the
right,
Bulls.
right,
You know
right.
what I mean? Because Jimmy
I'm gonna
Jimmy
retract
is
nga eh. I'm gonna retract what I said. Diba? I said earlier in one of our first
Yeah
episodes, I was calling Miami as one of the right. I'm
mm,
yeah
kind of low on them now. I don't think
don't
there are
yet but
teams like the Bulls that can beat them.
marami pa silang injuries. Don't be that loyal. I just think that Miami is a
Yes, yes, they're in and out. They haven't been playing together. So true. And then with Lowry though, that's a better team.
yeah, yeah.
I want
Diba?
what Bobby's drinking.
Yeah, I know. That's why, Mr. Deeds. So technically,
Mr.
okay,
Deeds,
let's go to the
tangina
next
yan
team.
eh.
So
Okay,
technically, for the
next.
no, so for the Bulls, me and Jay are quite high on them, thinking they're legit, and Mike's still kind of woohoo. Okay,
Yeah, wait and
ganon
see.
yan. Okay, wait and see.
I'm very, very sneaky. I'm
Now
very, very sneaky.
let's go to this one. This one might be an interesting topic. The Atlanta Hawks, Eastern Conference Finals last year, and now they are currently 12 at 17 and 20. Can I start with the Hawks? Ako na rin.
Yeah, fire
Dubs
away.
of the East. Dubs of the East. What's up, Manols? Hello.
What's up, Manos?
Okay. I still think the Hawks are legit. They're still contenders. What's happening to them right now, I feel, is a little bit of they got a little bit of too much candy that they wanted too early. And now they're kind of like, what do we do with the candy, man? We don't know what the hell. So they kind of sped their process a little bit too much. And now even the management who tried to copy the Dubs and take it kind of slow, kind of got a little bit too giddy about this whole Eastern Finals trip that they got to. So they're kind of lost. Even Nate McMillan is kind of lost. But we're only 37 games into the season. And if you have someone like Trey Young who can score 56 points just to keep your team afloat, and you still have John Collins, and you still, once they all figure it out, it takes one step back to go two steps forward
Right.
for the Hawks. That's where I
Right.
am. So I still think they are legit contenders. They have all the pieces, and it's a good problem that they are this deep trying to trim the fat out. So for me, the Hawks are still very much contenders and possibly can still even make waves this season. That's my hot take. Probably even higher than the Bulls.
Oh. Whoa.
You wanna go, Jay, o ako na?
Ikaw muna,
Ikaw na
Mark.
muna.
Okay. I agree with Julio na sometimes athletes have to embarrass themselves in front of, you know, a crowd to for them to, get their bolts together. I think Atlanta needs that embarrassment this year for them
Yes.
to be
The
able
growth.
to shake off whatever ECF hangover they have now. Because it's there are a bunch of kids basically in Atlanta. With they're all millennials basically, and you know how fickle they can get with things, diba? And I think it's that. I think it's all of these things now. Lack of motivation with all the money that's being thrown around. They got to the ECF the easy way. They shortcut their way there actually. Diba?
Very,
They
yeah, super
overtook,
shortcut. Yep.
diba? They overtook a lot of teams, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's your next motivation? How do you motivate yourself the year
Yeah,
after, diba?
Right.
So if it came that easy, so I think they need this ass whooping this year
they do.
to be able
Yep.
to just shake it off, and I know, but they're a good, they're still for me legit contenders in the East in the years to come, but maybe not this year.
Right. Right.
Jay,
Me, I'm kind of where you guys are also, actually. Dude, it's a really deep ass team, but they've also struggled because of injuries, eh. In
yeah,
and
that,
out of
yeah,
the lineup, eh. Not just COVID related, but real injuries as well.
both sila.
Oo, eh. Medyo
Yep.
nabugbog din sila, eh. Capella, kababalik lang yan. He's playing
Yeah.
well naman again now. Si Trey actually wala. Nanalo sila kanina, walang
I'll
Trey. They're on
I'll
a
call
small winning binge, no? Diba?
I'll
If I'm
I'll
not
call
mistaken.
Bobby's statement and say
Sige.
that the tray is bald by next year. Anyway, go Jay.
Hmm. Oo, o clubs na yan. O clubs na yan, for
All
sure.
clubs.
Makipag-usap siya kay Lebron, baka mapaayos niya pa. So, yeah, they're deep in a lot of positions that a lot of teams, especially the Lakers, need, dude. The
Wings,
Hurters,
dude.
your Reddishes,
Yep.
your wings that can score, that can hit the tray, that can play D, and can run a break even. Lakers are, pag wala si LeBron, di masyadong makatakbo. Unless Russ is just pushing
Yeah.
that shit. But anyway, back to the Hawks. I think they're a good team, like you guys said, and it's a team that will be there competing for quite some time. They're a bunch of really good young players with a good coach. I think they should get rid of some of the fat actually. Ditch na Lewell, ditch na Gallinari, all these big ass
Yeah.
paycheck
Gallinari.
guys na. Yeah, man, let your youngsters figure it out is what I am on the Hawks train. So
Here's a thought lang there, with their deep roster. Some players, di ba some players need playing time to get their mojo going. Some of them
mhm.
are, di ba? There are a lot of players
Mhm.
na rhythm players sila na, they
Right,
need
right,
they need the reps, they need the,
right. Si
the
Reddish
minutes every
ganyan
night.
siya, eh. Yeah.
And when you have this deeper roster, sometimes it's not a good thing also. Now you have a lot of, kumbaga, you're putting a leash on a lot of the players with
Right.
this deeper roster. That's why
And they can't
sometimes
get to a
well,
groove.
yep.
They
And
have
a
to buy
well-built
into their
team,
roles.
kailangan may balance. And it's not just buy into the roles. It's not their
No.
unwillingness to buy into the role, but it's their
Yeah.
ability to bring out their game with the
Right.
limited minutes that they
Time,
have, diba?
minutes. Yeah.
So
And who they're
so that
with also
yep.
inside.
So I think that's
Diba?
what they have to find there. That
Yeah.
balance na who are
That
the bench
chemistry.
players that can be,
Right.
because there are bench players that are good at being bench players. Na
Yeah.
anytime, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Steve Kerr was one, 'di ba? Pull him out.
Yeah.
Don't let him play the entire game. Pull him out in the dying minutes of a game. He hits a trip, 3-point shot to win it, and he can do it because it's a different
Yep.
preparation. It's a
Right.
different mindset, different diba? So
Right.
yeah, that's one thing
Right.
also I think
So I think
to think about.
we're still all high on the Hawks. Is that safe to say? Pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, we're still all high on the Hawks. Okay. We had
despite
another
the
Eastern
record.
team, despite the record. We have another Eastern team, but I think we should move to the West now, just in case we run out of time. Also, let's
We
start na
can do
muna.
a fast one on this last team.
Okay,
One
I'll do it.
quickie lang.
I'll start it really, really fast. The Cavs. For me, too early. And we'll probably get nowhere because I don't know what's going to happen when Kevin Love leaves. And I don't know how the Cavs will treat all their young stars eventually as they start having to resign for contracts.
Right.
There. That's my nutshell on the Cavs.
Ditto. Ditto.
Ditto.
Dito na me, I think they really kept Love there for for veteran leadership in the locker room and shit.
Are you
So I
until
don't
now?
think, yeah, dude. That's what I think, at least with the
Yeah, yeah,
Cavs,
yeah.
man.
No,
But
no, yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. Yeah,
but
yeah.
I agree with you guys. They're not for now, so they're still pretenders, but eventually possible contenders.
Yeah. I
I
just think
like
it's
that lineup, and it's kind
I
of weird because it's a
no,
big ass lineup,
yeah.
man.
I do
And they
also.
run, huh? I'm
Yeah, I
high
do
on
also.
Mobley. I'm high on some of the other guys there. Garland's galing, man.
But parang
We'll
it's
see
too
how
far.
Sexton does when he comes back, but
It's too far
yeah,
pa
couple
for
years pa to. Yeah,
yeah. They can
yeah,
easily
yeah.
mess that up with a
Hey,
couple of
ako
Right,
ako
right.
din eh. I don't even know if this will be the roster when they
yeah,
eventually contend.
that's true.
That's
I
Because
think
true.
I think
Some
it'll be
might go,
pieces.
some might
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
I think
they're
it'll
just
be pieces of this roster lang that will
yeah,
make it.
Yeah, I
they're
think
just fun to watch.
Markkanen's position is kinda filled up
Yeah.
already. So
No,
that guy might move.
even
More like
Sexton.
that.
Sexton will be on the move for sure. Positive yan. I'm
Mm.
almost
Oy,
100%
pwede,
guaranteed.
pwede. Parang buhay na sila kay Garland, eh, no?
Dude, Garland, and
Di
then you
ba?
have a defense. You put Okoro na lang as your parang defensive wing. Tapos ang usapan, they don't need
Yeah.
another scoring guard there in the
Right.
Yep.
backcourt
And
with
they're
them.
weird. It's a small backcourt with tall trees, eh.
Yeah, I
Di ba?
know,
When it's
diba?
Sexton and
Mm.
Garland, eh. Right? So medyo,
Yeah,
get
Yeah.
rid of one. Don't do a Dame CJ thing.
yeah,
That
yeah.
shit doesn't work. So do
That,
this.
yeah.
Pwede,
Oh,
pwede.
let's go. This
All
will be a
right, West.
mahabang usapan to. Memphis Grizzlies. Anak.
Uy, inuna niya
ng-
agad.
Yeah, dude. Kasi we can't go fast with the Grizzlies. Eh. The others medyo we
No,
know na
nga.
already. Eh. Diba? So
Right,
si
right,
Mike
right,
naman
right.
mag-start. Memphis Grizzlies.
I don't know. Grizzlies, I think. I don't know, dude. Parang they look better for me than the Jazz.
Wow.
Jazz, Jazz,
But
the
hey,
Jazz,
no one
the
here
Jazz
is
will win the
high on the
championship.
Jazz.
No, I mean,
No one thinks
I'm
that.
looking.
We'll get to
I'm
the Jazz
talking.
also,
No, no,
right?
no. I'm
Yeah,
talking. I'm talking with the playoffs in mind. Na.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that way,
Parang
yeah,
for
yeah.
me, they look better. They look
Yun naman
better
talaga.
than the Jazz on when come playoff time. Parang they have a grittier game. They have a
Mas
well,
pumapalag,
they
no?
kept their
Pumapalag, eh.
they kept their identity all these years, and that's unbelievable actually. That whole grit and grind culture
Yeah.
of theirs,
Oo
and that
nga,
they
oo
are
nga.
able to maintain
Galing.
it through the years and get players that fit that culture,
That,
diba? So
and that buy into it, no?
right. So yun. I mean, it's I don't know. Honestly, I haven't watched enough Grizzlies game also to give an accurate assessment on this, but I don't know. Yeah, it
Lukewarm.
looks yeah,
Lukewarm for you.
lukewarm. I guess yeah.
Lukewarm.
They'll make waves in the play-in.
They'll
That
make
way.
waves in the play. Okay, I'll piggy. Jay, can I go after Mike? Jay, that's okay. I'll go because
Go ahead, go
mine will be
ahead.
short long. You can probably expound more. If you think they're gonna make waves in the play-in, I actually think the Memphis Grizzlies will be legit contenders in 1 to 2 years in the West, facing in the Western
Yeah.
Conference
And that's in the West,
whoever
huh? Yeah, yeah.
in the West. If it's gonna be against the
Yeah.
Dubs, if it's
2 to
gonna
3
be against the
years.
Suns, look, I was sabihin natin 1 to 2 years. I'm talking about they're a pain already now. I
Right.
hate them so much, and
Mhm.
they'll be a pain
Mhm.
once they get more veteran confidence pa. And
Right.
Right,
I I
right.
I'm almost worried that Memphis all they need is one playoff win and they can do a Hawks run like last year
Right.
and then make bug everybody along
They
the way.
look like
That's
no? They look like a team with a chip on their shoulder. Na, na
yes,
parang they,
yes.
no, they don't. They
Mismo.
don't. Diba?
Kaya ng
That's what's
yaban ni
scary.
Morant ang
Actually,
postseason.
that's
Doc,
what's scary
yan,
about them.
agree ako
Actually,
sa'yo dyan.
Yep.
That's what's scary about them for me actually. That's why I picked them over the Jazz in the playoffs.
I would too. I
I
that's
would
yeah.
also. Yeah.
Jay, go you.
Yeah. So this team has angas, man. It has
So,
angas. It's not just the grit and grind old school ways, but
so much
they
angas.
got
My blood
fucking
is
balls.
boiling right now.
See, that's why Julio has a pesao thing with the Grizz. That's also why these guys can win in the playoffs. Because you need big ass cojones like that, man, to compete. Dude, if you're gonna face LeBron, you're gonna face KD. If you make it against the or whoever else, that type of player ba in a
Yep.
playoff series, game seven, you need a Ja Morant, you need a D Brooks or Bane who has no, they're like Hoda, you mofos will try and beat
Yeah.
you. And they've
I'm
been
agreeing.
beating a lot of teams that way. Ang
I'm agreeing
galing.
with you while
And they're
shaking my
deep.
head because I'm just
And
so
they're
mad
deep.
at them.
And
But
they're
I'm
deep,
agreeing with you.
dude. They're deep in a lot of positions. Bane showed up with D Brooks being gone. Bane has stepped up. I don't know if D Brooks should start.
I
I
don't know
don't
where they
think
made.
so, man.
I
I'll
don't.
start Bane. Have D Brooks come off the bench with
No,
Anderson, man,
dude,
and play
they'll
this
start.
lineup.
They'll start both. I don't know where they made Pulot Desmond Bain. Galing mag-shoot ang puto.
But and then you're talking the bigs. You're talking the bigs. Jackson, Clark had a funky start to the season, but now he's getting good minutes again and he's producing. Malakas to. And this was I don't know when. I think it was the last episode when Julio and I were the only ones here. Lemar didn't join us. But I think Julio made this point about Adams being there and being
Oh yeah,
better
yeah, yeah, yeah.
than when JV was there, man.
Yes,
Because
I,
yes.
he does
sobrang
one thing.
trabaho
He does
lang
his
siya.
role lang.
Madami ng
Yeah.
scorers. Wala
Yep.
akong problema dyan. Depensa lang ako.
Yeah.
Kung wala akong boards, put back lang ako, di ba?
4
Basurero lang,
points.
pero
Yan yung mga
galing,
tipong 4
bagal.
points, 13 rebounds. Yung
Yeah,
mga
oh,
ganun.
plus here's another point I want to make about the makeup of this roster and the lineup. Because of how big ass cojones sila Ja are. Dude, it's easier to do that when you have Aquaman backing you up, dude. Come on, di
Yeah.
ba? May balls talaga. May ano sila, may enforcer sila in case may
May
papalag-palag din.
tubig para
It,
hugasan yung balls ni
it's a
Moran.
team.
Tama.
It's a team. All these other teams would wanna try to avoid if they can in the playoffs. So pwede to
Yes,
pang
yeah.
ano.
So
Di
you
naman
guys,
contender pero pang sulot to solid.
yes.
Second round.
Panira,
Second round.
panira
So
Yeah.
ng run to.
yeah. So for Mike, it's kind of lukewarm. He wants to see. Jay thinks solid. I think. Let's move on. Uh, I think, in fact,
Ooh,
I'm like this. No. I'm like this about
you
Memphis.
agree with me eh. You don't wanna
Yes,
agree lang
dude.
because he's a piss
No,
you.
no, dude. I'm so pissed off at them because they're so good. So let's move on. Let's okay.
Next.
Next. Let's go. This might be fast also. The Utah Jazz. Wala na. We won't even say anything about the
First.
Utah Jazz.
Ako,
Okay,
they,
ako.
I'll just say this. They might make first seed in the regular season.
Might pa
They
yun.
need it.
That's it. And then that's it.
Whoop-de-doo.
and then they might make first seed in the regular season, and then the Grizz will beat them in the first round.
Dude, if it yeah, okay. So
You know
maybe
what? Okay, let me put it this way. Let me put it this way na lang. If should the Spurs make it in the play-in and we're the 8th seed, or whatever seed, and then we face Utah in the first round, may laban kami. I think.
okay, you know what?
Ang San Antonio?
Mm.
Yeah. Let's you know what?
No, if you want to know what I think, that's what I think. If we were to go into the playoffs, they're the team I want to face in the first round.
Yeah, I think Gobert is overrated, man. I
Yeah,
really do.
no one here
He's a
likes the
capella.
Jazz.
He's a
Yeah,
capella. That's
no
about
one
it,
here
man.
likes the Jazz.
Spider's galing, but I don't know
Yes.
if he's.
Kulang eh.
Dude,
Ako,
I'd rather have Levine and Dero than Spider closing my game.
Okay, I think we can move on because I'm not gonna defend them also. So if even I think even Doc Nesty said about para silang Stockton and Malone. last last episode. Let's
Oo
talk
nga,
about
no?
the Mavs,
Same.
the Dallas Mavericks.
I'll go first naman.
Go.
Para you guys can, ano.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard to say pa for me. Parang kulang pa the lineup for me. I'm not so sold with the bigs they have. I'm not sold on fours. Yeah, the guy can play, huh? But he's not a unicorn. Lalo na if he keeps getting injured, man. Okay sana eh. That should have been a really good tag team with Luca. Luca, I don't know. I'm a big fan, a huge fan. This guy's got puta the ceilings. I don't know, man. Pwedeng LBJ heights to. But he doesn't look like he's in todo good shape. I don't know if it's because he's been getting injured. He's a chubby guy right now. He's player chubby medyo, di ba? Parang di nag-ensayo eh.
Ba-
His
baka
free throws okay, but he's been
ba-
playing really well of late. Yun lang, he tweaked the other ankle naman.
Uncle.
He's been having problems with the left. He tweaked the right one earlier today. So we'll see. We'll see. But I'm not sold. So I think for now, pretenders pa to.
I agree with you. The Spurs will eat the Jazz. Better coach team ang Spurs.
Thank
Yep.
you for the vote of
Oo nga,
confidence, Doc.
tingin ko rin
Nasty.
talaga, Doc.
Si Bobby naman, si Quinn Snyder, laging mukhang nakabatak. Baka kailangan din magbatak si Luka.
Nagpapakapat Riley ito si, naku ng pusa sa buhok eh. Maganda ang buhok ni Kuroke eh.
I'll
Huwag
just say,
lang sa makalbo.
with the Mav, with the Mavs, really the Mavs for me are just Luka. I don't know what
Right.
team they're gonna
Yep.
talk about because
Yep.
if the Hawks were hyped last year so much, or the Hawks are hyped this year, I think the Mavs were hyped 2 years ago just because Luka was so good.
Yes. Yes.
Ano
So
yung
for
sabi
me
ni
also,
ano yung
what?
sabi ni J-Kid kanina sa ceremony ni Dirk?
Dirk Nowitzki, yeah, gusto daw niya
Binibigyan na ng tende eh.
si Dirk.
Kailangan ng tulong ni Luka.
You, Mike. So yes, I think also that they're
What?
even more pretenders than the Jazz. Sad to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ako din. It boils down to Luka then for me. And you guys know, diba? I have them on standby in case Pop
Luka's
retires,
too
diba?
fat. Oh, man, Doc, di ba?
Tingnan mo,
Medyo
tingnan mo.
yan, galing na sa doktor yan, ha?
Oo
Alam
nga.
niya yan kung ano dapat
That's a
body weight
that's a
mo.
medical term na, ha? Too fat.
Sabi eh. Oo.
Okay na yan.
Medical term. So yeah, it's all about Luka for me. And let me go back to a comment I made when I compared him to Westbrook. I think si
Go.
Luka has a lot of things to figure out. He has the game. He has all of these things. He has the court vision. He has the drib. He has the handles. He has all these
May
footwork.
tapang naman tumira ng game
Pero
winner.
pero it's figuring it out. Parang again, it does his numbers ba really help the team? And for me, parang it's kind of like the Westbrook situation where he goes to a team, has all of these stats, but it doesn't really help the team,
Win.
win. So
Yep.
it's empty stats as for now from what I see with Luca. And he has to figure that out. Even LBJ took a while, with LBJ's basketball IQ, it took him a while to figure it out. 'Di ba? Even if he passed and all that, ganun din eh. When is the right time to pass? When is the right time to shoot and all of that,
Kung may kabayo, yeah.
'di ba? And,
Yeah.
and what's weird with Luka is he seems to have figured it out in the Olympics, 'di ba? With the Slovenian team.
Yeah, yeah. Baka they have a
To the
communication
'Di ba?
barrier.
Hindi ba yun na nga to the point that he passed off on the game winner, 'di ba? On that semi-final game. So and then all of a sudden sa Mavs parang iba. And then yun na nga, it doesn't translate to wins. All of these things that he's
Right.
doing, all the Luka magic doesn't translate to wins. So,
At least not
you know,
yet.
the Mavs will be dependent on, when Luka figures shit out.
Although they are on a 4-game winning streak, but yeah, I agree with you also. So we still have to see what Luka and the Mavs will do. Now, okay, we have one more team. We have to do this really, really fast, and most of their players are injured anyway. What do you think about the Denver Nuggets if they were a complete squad? Uh,
If they
Mike,
were a
Jay, go.
complete squad.
Yeah, kasi right
Ano,
now,
go ahead, Mark.
no,
Sige,
right
sige.
now kasi wala si Murray, wala si
No,
Michael
so,
Porter.
I think I'll assess them for what they are now. Kasi, di ba, we're talking about what they can, well, if we're talking about the next 2 to 3 years, it still depends eh. Major injuries kasi happen to the two major players that are backing Jokic up eh. It all depends really on how they're gonna recover, how they're gonna bounce back from an injury that's almost career-ending type. Ba. The other one's a back. That's a problem, dude. Larry Bird knows all about the back problems. But diba, maybe pa Murray gets to because that's an ACL. You know, I'm not to put an ACL and make it look like it's like an ankle sprain. It's not, naman.
Yeah.
But it's also something that's been well taken care of by doctors these days, by physical therapists too. So baka kaya pa. MPJ, I don't know. So, again, it all really depends on how they'll come back. But for right now, dude, they're done, man. They're done for the year.
Mike.
Yeah, ako sayang. I think they were there already last year.
Oo nga.
I think they were primed for a conference finals run sana this year after after the run last year. Pero yeah, who knows? Again, I agree with Jay. It depends on how they come back from the injuries. But assuming they come back 95%, 95 to 100%. Yeah, I mean they'll be there. I think Jokic is too good a player
Aha.
to not be able to carry his team deep into the playoffs.
Well, before we go, then that's where I'm completely different from you guys. Even with Jokic there, even with Jamal Murray there, even with MPJ, I will always feel that Denver was always going to be until the Western Conference
Medyo,
Finals
medyo.
at best. And that's even going to be an easy Western Conference Finals, just like the bubble. I never thought they would be the type of team that could actually challenge any of who will be on the other side in the Western Conference Finals. Para silang Dallas Mavericks of the 80s. Parang ganyan. Or yung parang ganyan. Wala. That's what di ba, I told you guys always. I was
Yeah.
never believed with them to go all the way. They're good, yes, but always hanggang ganyan lang talaga sila. I don't think
Right.
Oh yeah,
there.
that's fair.
That's where I think. And that's it, man. Well, it was fun. You know what? It's so fun nga. I'm trying to hurry us up. Actually, ang dami pa natin kwentuhan if we could, but we're a little bit over time already. So
Kasi naman yung Tokwang standings usapan yan eh.
I know that's right.
Naging catch up.
Anyway, thank you everyone again for commenting
Naging
and
Christmas
joining us.
party eh.
Nesty, Bobby, Jay, Manoli, and did I miss
Yeah,
anybody?
thanks guys.
And whoever was here. And see, bumalik lang si Mike. Nag-extend na naman tayo.
Now it's my fault.
No.
Uy, mahaba rin tayo last time
That's why
Almost an hour din.
we just missed talking because we've been away for the holidays. If you like the banter here, if you do like making kulit with us, and do share our episodes with anyone who likes basketball, like and follow our Facebook page again, The Bench Live, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you, Jay. Unless you guys anything else, Mike?
No, good.
You're good, Jay. Take us home.
All right, man. First and foremost, I want to tell everyone to freaking stay home. If you really need to go out,
Yep.
follow protocols, wear your goddamn mask, man. Come on. For you, for your family, and for everyone else out there. Do that. Be safe, guys. I pray for everyone that's got daldal, sabi ni Manon. Yun na yan. Pati closing, daldal eh.
No,
We collectively pray for everyone out there dealing with this now. I hope no one else out there that hasn't gets to have to deal with it. And with that said, hey man, we said it first always here at
bench.
The bench.
The
Stay safe,
Bench.
guys.
The bench. Stay safe.